Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Echoes of Legacy. Hope you're having a great night. Thank you so much for joining us for episode 21. Last we left off, the group, after winning the tournament, decided to do some investigation, follow some leads, after learning the sealing spell from the Drowned King, and found themselves in a seedy club that was run by the Cult of the Will. Upon attempting to procure some spark, they ended up sparking the interest of the cult members and what their true intentions were. Conflict ensued. Insanely badass lines were said, and it caused the group to flee and leave the city as the cult realized that they had Perry, and they flew off. And also leaving behind one bitten cult member by our good friend Peter, decided to spread the gift from their mother, as they so called them. The group then headed off for a city to the far north end of the Nation of Six called Dragend. And as they landed there, they saw 3 massive dragons looming over them, who then transformed back into humanoid forms and welcomed them to Dragend. And we're going to pick up right there where we left off. You're all on the back of Perry, or sliding off of Perry, and you see this town before you, and these group of people that were these massive dragons, and they've now regressed into humanoid forms. What do you do?
Hello.
Hi.
Pleasure
Hello.
to meet y'all.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Harry, you know these guys?
I mean, yeah. They tried to help me out back in the day when things got a little crazy, and they always told me that I'd be welcome here. And so I thought this might be a good place for us to hide, for a bit.
Are we welcome here too?
Yeah, that's a big question. Are we welcome as friends of Perry's? Are we welcome here?
And you see the woman that I described that transformed into, she's got darker skin and red hair, kind of coming down in the gown. She steps forward. She goes, "Any friend of Perry's is welcome here."
Wow. Good thing.
Thank you.
Where?
Of course.
But you don't, we do have a bit of a, I mean, I appreciate it a lot, but we do kind of have a lot of not very nice people after us. I wouldn't want to lead them here to you guys, especially when you're being so nice.
I mean, and she gestures, and you see like a solid couple dozen people just kind of milling about the town. And she goes, "Well, every single one of us here are a dragon after all. So if somebody wishes to cause issues here, I don't think we'll have a problem with it."
I think we should stay here for a longer time than I thought. Whoa. Oh, baby,
Yeah,
let's go.
yeah, that does actually make me feel a lot better.
Yeah, that's yep.
Oh,
Thank
security.
you.
Oh, I never knew you felt so good.
Do you all require a meal or anything? It is quite early.
Oh, please.
Yeah.
Breakfast would be awesome.
I could eat.
Of course. Well, and you see Perry begins to change back to humanoid form as you all kind of slide off. She goes, "Well, we can go to the Roost and get you all some breakfast and get you set up with some rooms. Perhaps we don't get many visitors here in town, and most people are afraid of a town full of dragons. So
That's crazy. Who could be scared? Who could be scared of all this? It's great. This is a community you got here. Whoa."
And as you all begin to, do you follow this woman into town?
Yeah.
Okay. And as you walk in, you see the town itself is basically like it circles a very, very like small but like decently sized lake. You see there are the buildings are a mix of your kind of classically fantasy, some a little bit more antiquated and old buildings than the others, some of them a little bit new, a mix of wood and stone. Dragon motifs kind of like built into pretty much everything in the town. You're walking on cobblestone streets that are lined with very colorful flowers. The lanterns that from the night before are all being, slowly put out for the night as you're being led through the town. You see people regard you quite friendly, like as you're walking through the town. No one's glaring at you or, mean mugging you or anything like that. Most giving gentle waves or smiles. Little kids pointing at you. Are you just doing the Peter Parker as you go through?
Anytime someone acknowledges me and looks at me in the face, I'm like, hey, it's
finger guns. Perfect.
How
So
does
go ahead.
Perry look as we're walking through this place?
That is important, yes.
In what way?
Like, does Perry look like she's been here before? Is she like really excited?
Does
she know people? Asleep?
She looks comfortable.
Yeah.
She looks comfortable. I'll say that. She is a little like dozing off a little bit as she's walking, and you see Atlas has already begun the process of scooping her back up.
Lovely.
As she's begun to kind of doze off from the all nights fly here all the way from Nevermore to here. Go ahead.
I'm gonna walk beside the woman that's leading us. Apologies, we didn't actually exchange names. I'm Jeane McKnight.
Pleasure to meet you, Jeane. I'm Silvara.
No, pleasure to meet you, Silvara. Everybody, if you want to introduce yourselves, I mean, everyone should be friendly here. So,
yeah, I'm Val.
Val, pleasure to meet you.
I'm Peter, last name Morgan.
Peter, nice to meet you as well. Last name Morgan.
Rehya, hi.
Rehya, pleasure. And how did you? And as you're all walking, she says, "So how did you all happen upon Perry?"
That's a tale beyond tales. Oh man, how do we even?
Do you know about the vault?
Yes.
Well,
yeah.
Perry was in there.
You see this. You see the like almost the cobblestones under her weight a little bit crack a little bit as she's walking. As you can see, she's like look very, very clear on her face, does not hide her emotions, is pissed about that fact that she was there.
But we found Perry in the vault and got her out.
Said fuck the vault and got her out.
Good. Thank you for doing that.
Of course.
Thank you for doing that. And thank you for looking after her for as long as you have.
How did you guys meet?
Well, long ago, there was others like Perry, other dragons like Perry, and well, they were intent on hurting her. And after a nice group of adventurers like yourselves helped her out, we tried to keep her safe for a while. But unfortunately, and then she's like now passed out in Atlas's arms. She can be a bit naive and listened to someone she shouldn't have, and unfortunately, that's how they got her. And we were unable to get her back.
Yeah. Do you know anything about what happened to her there?
No, I do not.
Okay. That feels like maybe a breakfast conversation, like an inside, not in the street conversation.
All right. And as you happen upon the roost, you see it's a grand 3-story inn, kind of near the center of town as you kind of wound your way through. And you walk in, and it's a very, very like clean, nice place. It doesn't look like there's a lot of business at an inn here because they don't, as you kind of picked up on the way she's talked, is they don't get a lot of visitors. They don't get a lot of people that pass through town. There's lots of tapestries around depicting, different like dragons from different like parts of the world and different, I guess, what would you call them? Pantheons, like different dragon gods and things. But it's a very, very quaint, very, very nice inn as you all walk in. And you would see an old, he looks like a dwarf. He's got kind of that big bushy beard that's braided into two braids, I guess. Do you call that? Is that what those are? 2 braids?
Yeah.
His beard is kind of down as 2 braids. He's got a very, very like lots of smile lines on his face. He's got an apron on and like a brown leather apron, and he's behind the bar as you all walk in and gives a wave as he looks like he's in the middle of eating his own breakfast as you walk in.
Hello.
One second. And you see he just kind of like shovels the rest of this food in his mouth and wipes it with a napkin and goes, "Welcome in. I didn't expect customers today," as he looks to Silvara. And she goes, yes, they came in with Perry. Oh, friends of Perry, well, welcome in, as he gestures you all to join him.
Of course.
Of course.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And Silvara, as you all kind of get seated, says, I have a few things to attend to, but I will come back to check on you later, if that's all right.
Sure.
Take as much time as you need.
All right. Well, thank you once again for bringing her back to us.
Thank you.
And she gives a kind of a curt nod and makes her way out of the inn. And the dwarf turns to you all and he goes, so what can I get you?
Your best breakfast. I think that's what we're striking up for. Long
Best
flight.
breakfast. All right. Anything else? Anything specific?
I don't know what's like a, I don't know, traditional breakfast look like around here.
How hungry are you?
Oh, they're dragons. It's a
Not
bit
that
different.
hungry.
Not probably not
Like
as hungry as Perry
like a wormling's appetite
would
maybe.
be.
Is that the
Yeah.
right terminology?
No, I can whip up a wormling breakfast for you if that's what you want.
Yeah, some nice and quick.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Thank you.
And he makes his way into the kitchen. Like a swinging door on the side of the bar.
And I'm so glad I read the Dragonomicon as a kid.
You guys. They're dragons.
I kind of fucking love it here, guys. What the hell?
I'm already loving the vibe here way more than every other place we've been so far.
It's kind of fun because like when Perry was a dragon, I was like, that's really cool. They're like all dragons here, which is somehow like off the charts cool.
Yeah, definitely. 100%.
Yeah.
Like one dragon, cool. The city of dragons,
Old Dragon
outstanding.
Village, amazing.
I feel like
10 out of 10.
I don't get like surprised here in Nova very often anymore, but this
is it.
This feels like I'm amazed.
Yeah.
This is cool.
Yeah, usually we have bad surprises. This is like a good surprise.
Yeah, this is a solid surprise. Like the
Yeah.
top 10, top 5 even surprises that are good.
Maybe even top 3. Like this is really
maybe
good.
Maybe number 1. All the other surprises have
It's number 1 for me, to be
Honestly,
honest.
I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, everything else has been pretty ranked. This one's pretty good.
How, not to like sour the mood, team, but what are we gonna tell them about the vault?
I think we should tell them the truth.
Yeah.
I need to know.
I mean,
they should get to know.
I think we did the best we could in the vault.
Yeah.
I don't see anything wrong with. I mean, we didn't put Perry in there.
No, not saying we did anything wrong, but just like it's pretty like traumatic. I don't know. It's like
I think someone needs to know for Perry's sake.
Yeah.
And they seem like an authority figure, so
and like an adult.
Yeah, like an adult. So telling them what happened or what was going on seems like the smartest move on our part.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they've been around for like a really long time. Like I'm sure that they've dealt with something similar, or at least can help Perry in a way that we really can't.
That's true.
I was like, this whole time I've been so like Perry felt like the first star in the night sky, right? Like such a beautiful person, but like I don't know, I feel like they didn't have anybody, and now I feel like they're in a place where they have everybody who understands them like completely, and I'm so excited to be able to help him, please. Help Perry, please.
Help this child. Yeah.
Help this child.
Help this child. Yeah. I mean, they've been helping us bumble our way throughout this world. So I think getting them the help they deserve is
and
it
a
feels
safe
good.
place.
Yeah.
You know, like it's felt kind of icky to have a kid along with us, but I know that like compared to like a human kid, like Perry's a lot more capable, but that doesn't mean that all kids shouldn't be protected either.
Yeah.
But we didn't know a safe place, so of course that was what we would do.
Has this
so.
been the
Silvara
first
was
safe
like,
place we've been here since we've been here? Is this the first safe place?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Eek.
Oh, I was gonna say the desert, but then the jester and the
and the worms
and the
Yeah.
worms, and even like at the casino.
Yeah.
that was not a safe place.
That was like not that was
Who
not
knew a
safe.
Jin's casino
Even though
would
we
be
had an
that
illusion
unsafe?
of safety there. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm.
Wow.
Hey, and who knows? Maybe they can tell us some information that we have no idea. We had no idea we need to look for.
Yeah.
Some insights and some history, stuff like that, to maybe help with our problems.
Yeah. History repeats itself, sort of thing. Maybe something like this has happened in the past. We can get a couple answers, some ideas of like what works here. Because like we can say we're gonna seal somebody away, but we don't know what that means
No idea what
historically.
Yeah, we have
in
no idea what that
Nova.
entails or what that looks like.
Yeah.
And now we know that it could be broken.
Yeah.
Guys, what the fuck, right?
Yeah.
When you really stop and think about all we've been through, it really.
I can't, or else I won't be able to start going again. The engine will stall and die right here if I start thinking about everything that's happening. Jesus Christ.
We've lived through all of it, and
Yeah.
we're here now. That's what's important. We managed to get here. That shows our strength together. It shows that whatever the hell we are facing up next, what hurdle that may be.
Guys, you should have fucking seen it. Jeane was so fucking badass when we were like, I had no idea. It was so bad. Jeane, you saved my ass. It was really bad. It was really not going well at all. And Jeane was like, I'm so cool and you guys suck and I'm gonna like protect my client. And then he like, it was just really cool. You guys should have seen it. Jeane was really fucking cool.
Val was really cool. Val punched a hole in the ceiling and then flew us out of a falling elevator shaft. It was, I would have plummeted, period. Like I would have been crushed on the bottom of the elevator shaft, but no, it was incredible.
You did good though. Like I was like trying to be like so sneaky about like we're gonna attack them, like you know, like we're gonna get them, you know, because like
usually I'm not good with like a code word sort of situation.
But you
like
totally
a
got
wink,
it. You totally got it. I was like, yeah, we could maybe have a bite in the elevator, and you totally got it. You like knew that it was go time. Yeah, you did so good.
And well, hey, don't sell yourself short, Rehya. I mean, like, fuck it. Rehya, fucking, you did the best you could with the situation we were dealt, and honestly, that situation was ghastly from jump, and you stayed
ghastly.
Calm.
Good word.
Yeah, you stayed as calm as you could with the situation, and you didn't panic.
I wouldn't say that.
I didn't see you panic.
Well, thanks.
Wait, you bit somebody?
And at that point, that's when the kitchen door swings open, and you would all immediately get hit with the smell of cooked food as you see this dwarf is pushing out this massive cart that has 4 plates with big like legs of cooked beef on each one. There is about an entire loaf's worth of toast, an entire coop's worth of cooked eggs. There is like an entire tree's worth of fruit, and like a slab of butter that's about a size of a brick. And it goes, all right, 1 breakfast for a wyvern or a wyvern. What did you say? Well, here's wormling. My bad. And sets down all these massive cooked beef legs. Like it's just a leg of a cow. Like it's just a leg of a a cooked leg of a cow.
I underestimated. I miscalculated the amount of wormling eats.
And
whoa!
Sets it down in front of all of you, and he goes, "Do you need anything else?
Do you have boxes to go?"
I was gonna say several to go boxes.
Yeah,
I can find some.
Oh,
okay,
great.
I'll do my best.
What was your name?
Oh, my name, Draven.
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 Thanks, Draven. This looks Delicious.
Looks phenomenal, Draven.
Wait, not Draven.
I
Draven.
was gonna say,
that's
Draven's
crazy
the wrong-
familiar.
No, wrong name. The name is Onyx.
Oh,
Way different.
Onyx.
Way different.
Way different name.
Alec was looking at the wrong notes.
Oh man.
Onyx.
Hey
Onyx.
man,
is-
God
man, we get that all the time.
Yep.
Onyx.
Thank you, Onyx.
This
course.
looks phenomenal, man.
Of course. All right. Well, if you need anything else, I'll be over there at the bar.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Where do we start? Where do we? I don't even.
I feel like I just gotta go.
You
Like,
gotta
you
get
just
in
go.
there, right?
Yeah,
Gotta
just-
go.
just-
Something and start.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a lot of. That's a whole cow. That's a leg of there's a whole cow. Like that's not even like cut up in the like. That's yeah. All right.
It's like imagine a turkey leg at the Ren Fair, but like 10 times the size.
Just a cow leg.
It's a
Oh
cooked
my
cow leg.
God.
I eat a single turkey leg at the Ren Fair and I fall asleep. Like
It's
this
like
is
the size of this. It's like what the
Yes.
hell?
Yeah, it's a Buster Sword sized leg of beef.
Oh my God.
I'm sure there's a dragon around here that can finish our plate for us.
I'm sure
True.
there's some dragon that's like, oh, free meal.
Is there coffee?
Oh yeah, I could make coffee. Yeah, absolutely.
Wait,
Thanks.
wait,
Gonna
you
be
gotta
a
be careful
whole
of the.
jug.
Yeah, the strength of a dragon's coffee has gotta be.
Yeah.
Make it really weak.
You want do you want decaf then?
Yes.
All right, I can do that. And you see by the smells of food, you see Perry kind of like does that like sleepy sit up, like, oh, breakfast, and just like begins to shovel food into her face.
Just
Amazing.
face
Good.
face
Yep,
in the plate.
yep. Yeah, Atlas and Rin have also begun to eat. And the Onyx will come back over a few minutes later with some cups of coffee for all of you. He goes, yeah, dragon strength coffee might be a little too much
Yeah,
for you.
I feel like our heart might explode.
You might not
Yeah.
sleep for a week. Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah.
Maybe I'll need that later though.
Perhaps. So what brings you all to town?
We're running away.
Mm,
Yeah.
basically, yes.
From what?
A cult.
Mm,
Oh boy.
Like the
Uh,
cult.
The cult of the will, I'm assuming.
mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we know about them up here.
Mm.
Yeah. Well, that's a shame. But you're safe here. They're not gonna come here. So
Why not?
well,
Other than the
Um,
dragons. Is
I
there
mean,
like
that's,
other
that's
reason?
pretty much it.
Sure.
Last time,
That would keep me awake.
yeah. Last time they showed up, about Silvara turned about I think it was about 36 of them into skeletons pretty quickly. So
Good.
they've been discouraged from coming back.
Mm.
They came here, thumping their book of End of the World and all that type of stuff. But not
Has
here.
anyone else been here?
Oh, we get the occasional person, passing through, but people are afraid to come here, I suppose. Like a town full of dragons seems scary, what have you, because of whatever. But we're very far north and we're pretty self-sufficient, so and also we take care of most problems that happen up here ourselves, so we don't really have need for adventurers or things like that. So not many people pass through, honestly. It's just kind of a safe haven for all of us, and that's
dig
pretty
it.
much it. Yeah.
I can dig that. That sounds
This
great.
place is great.
This place is
Yeah.
fantastic.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Uh,
Well, I mean, if you don't mind me asking, why are you running from the cult? What do they want from you?
They don't. We kind of roughed them up a little, and they're not psyched about it.
Fair. That makes sense.
Yeah.
and technically, they know that Perry is with us.
Right.
Uh,
That makes
yeah,
sense.
we may have eliminated their source of spark.
Their source of spark.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
What was their source of spark?
That's a great conversation looks like at Perry shoveling her face with food when there are kids around.
See if he picks up on the social cue.
Mm.
Understood.
Like
But
we're all looking at Perry. Just like
we definitely should talk about this later with Silvara as well.
Yeah.
That was the plan.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. All right. Well, yeah, Perry and Atlas are almost going like bar for bar with food. Like just go down.
Damn.
I can respect that.
You can put it away.
Mhm. But Onyx goes, well, thank you for doing what you did. And as long as you're here, you're under our protection. So if you need anything, just let us know.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Of course. And he turns to make his way back to where the bar is.
Everyone is so nice here.
This is
Right?
the best. This is the best.
It's so great.
I'm like,
Don't do that now.
No,
Don't do it now.
If
Don't
you
do
say
it now.
makes it
It's too
real.
early.
Say
It's
it-
too early.
if you
Don't
say
say
that
it.
means
Don't
it's
think
gonna
it.
happen.
okay.
Keep it. Just keep it locked in.
It's in here. It's in here.
It's
I
in
retract
here.
my eyebrow.
Uh-huh.
We can't think the whole world is against us. We gotta have at least
The
some.
proof is in the paper.
I
but, you know,
I know, but I hope. The message. Hope. You gotta keep it positive,
Sure.
or the negativity will swallow you.
Jeane,
And you can't let that happen.
Snap out of it. Snap out of it.
Can't let that happen. Oh,
I'm gonna push the butter a little closer.
I
think you need a little bit more on your toast there.
It's you've barely made a dent in the butter. There's so much.
It's so
There's
much.
so much butter.
So much.
And it's also like the perfect temperature where it's not too like rigid and frozen, but
Okay.
not too like watery.
So this is
and
paradise,
hot.
is what you're telling
Yeah,
me.
yeah, pretty
Mhm.
much.
It's like some nice
We're in heaven.
salted butter too.
Yeah.
Mm.
Through and through, this is like a heavenly place that we've been
Oh.
gifted. It's like everything's coming up. Everything's coming up. This is great. It's good. It's good. Oh man, I almost saw a few ones and zeros there for a second, but nope. This is good. This is great. This is solid.
So good.
And just eat and enjoy
Yeah.
enjoy the atmosphere.
Peace.
The peace.
Yeah.
The peace. Like like I thought like Vampire Vegas was all right. Like I felt like I could breathe there, but like this place, you realize you can actually take a breath. No like impending fight we have to worry about or anything like that. So I feel like I'm finally like let loose my shoulders. The tension's going away, which is great.
Yeah.
And as you're all enjoying your breakfast, Onyx will come back over maybe like 10-20 minutes later, and he goes, I've done up a couple of rooms upstairs for you. They're the first room's on the left. When you get up there, I've got let's see, we need how many rooms do you need actually? I did up 4. Is that enough, or do you need more or less?
4 should be.
Yeah.
Is
that's-
Perry
that's
staying with
plenty.
us or?
Does Perry have a place to live here?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean Perry used to stay with Silvara, so Perry, if you wanna stay there. And she goes, yeah, I'd like to sleep in my bed. That'd be nice.
You gotta show us your room eventually.
Yes, I will. And he goes, well, she can, we'll get her back over to Silvara's eventually. She said she was gonna stop by. And then yeah, but yes, I've got rooms ready for you whenever you need them.
How much do we owe you?
Don't worry about it. You brought Perry back to us. Don't worry about the food. Don't worry about the rooms.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
That's very kind of you, Onyx. Thank you.
Of course. All right. Well, I'm gonna go back to polishing the glasses, like I keep doing. And you see, he just walks back over and just keeps polishing glasses.
Who am I rooming with?
You want to room together?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Perfect.
I feel like I know who you rooming with. And,
Oh.
Val.
You see Rin like coughs, like chokes on a bite of eggs, like
And I move over. I move over and like wrap an arm around Rin.
Hey, what?
It kind of slowly starts to go into like a headlock.
Wait.
I'm kidding.
Okay.
I'm kidding.
Val is just like staring. Her coffee is so interesting all of a sudden. She's just beet red.
Mhm.
And Atlas goes,
Beet red.
well, if those two, and points to Val and Rehya, Sharon, can I crash with you, Jeane?
Sure, of course.
All right, excellent. There we go.
Sleepovers.
We only need 3 rooms then, because
Look
he
at
made
that.
4.
Look at that.
Got it. And you see Onyx goes back upstairs.
Perfect.
All right.
All right. Where do you even start with this thing? Like looking at some like complex fruit that's different. You're like, what do you even
Make
do?
me a might check to see how well you eat it.
A mic check. Good lord.
Ah.
A mic check. All right.
That's so good.
That's not bad. That's a 12.
You got it. You eventually figure out the proper way to eat this thing.
Wait. Okay. We have to.
You like have to stand up to like get the leverage to like
yeah.
go for
Hike
it.
the pants up a little bit.
You gotta stretch. You gotta do some Pilates. You just gotta like.
Some Pilates. That's awesome.
But as of now, you are all left to your own devices as far as what you wish to do. Silvara said she'd be swinging by, or she'd like to talk to you later. So you can either go find her, wait for her to come back. You can explore the town. Day is yours.
Never have we been left to do our own thing, but there's actually nothing that we need to get done.
Oh, man.
Or we're fighting for our lives. So
Yeah,
now we
yeah.
just get to do it, chill, whatever we
You get
want.
to be-
Whatever we want.
This,
Okay.
this is like the first day when we got here. When we get to
Yeah.
walk around during
Yeah.
the festival, not have to worry about things. Let's do it again. Maybe there's some more cactus juice adventures we can go on.
Let's wander. Are we
Let's
doing window
wander.
shopping?
I mean, yeah, whatever we feel like.
That sounds so weird to say.
I could barely get it out.
All right, let's explore. Let's see.
Yeah. I need to walk off some of this food, or else
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
not gonna move for
Oh,
like
like
the
a
next
tombstone.
week.
I feel like I can't.
Oh yeah, it's like sitting in all your stomachs.
Oh, I feel like a trumpet will play behind me as I walk. Good lord.
We'll put you at the back of the group, but it'll be
Yeah,
fine.
Thanks.
So you're all making your way back into town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you all step back out onto the street, once again, you see people milling about. You see a couple signs for businesses. You see Moonshadow Apothecary. You see the Emberheart Forge. You see the Stormcaller. You see like a temple that has the visage or the like symbology of a storm on it. You would see like kind of a down the street, like way down the ways, there's like a market square. You would see a library, like there's all sorts of stuff. So, it depends on where you want to go.
I'm as boring as it is, I feel like I should go to the library. Maybe I feel tense. I feel like I need to learn everything right now in case something bad happens.
That's the college student in you wondering what the fuck you should do, huh?
Yeah.
I get it.
I mean-
Wanting to know more about this place is a smart move.
I wouldn't be against. I can go to the library and study by myself. If you guys want to wander around, I don't want to keep anyone,
No, I'll go
away
with
from
you.
the fun. Or
I'll go with you.
I'll go with you. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
I'm
go to the
a
library?
sucker I'm a sucker for
yeah,
education. So.
and I'm gonna summon my Arcanum, my
Okay.
grimoire, so I can read whatever the fuck I want to in
That's
there.
right.
You got it. So you all make your way down the street where it says the Bronze Cliff Library. And from the outside, it looks like a very, very like simple stone building with like some gold lettering along the signage. And as you walk in, you're like, this building was only one story on the outside. You kind of do like perhaps a double take as you see like this building reaches maybe like 4 or 5 stories as far as like floors of books. as there's just like balconies and balconies and balconies and bookshelves after bookshelves after bookshelves. And you see there is a massive copper dragon on the far side of the library that looks to be reshelving some books.
The dragon?
The dragon's reshelving some books, yeah. And you see them turn, and you see they even have like a large pair of glasses on the edge of their nose as they turn, and goes, "Oh, hello, welcome in. You must be the adventurers that I heard about. You're the ones who brought Perry back, right?"
Word travels
Yes.
fast.
Correct.
Well, it's there's not much talk around town, and we can only talk so much about last week's scandal.
What was last
What
week's
was last week's scandal?
scandal?
Oh well, one of the council members got caught with somebody that wasn't their partner, so caused a bit of tension. That's what the big crater outside in the forest was about. There was a bit of a lovers' quarrel, but everything's fine now. Yes. How can I help you? Welcome in.
Yes.
I'm Viridian. It's a pleasure to meet you all.
Pleasure is all ours.
I'm Peter.
Hi, Peter.
Last name Morgan.
Hi, Peter.
Jeane.
Last name Morgan. Jeane.
Jeane.
Rehya.
McKnight.
McKnight. Nice to meet you. Rhea, was it?
Mhm.
Rhea, nice to meet you.
And I'm Val.
Val, nice to meet you. And you see Atlas and Rin, and Perry goes, "Hi, Viridian," and just like begins to like run around the library. As she's just kind of like going already to, you see there's like a section of the library that she kind of beelines straight towards it. As she's going to look at some sort of book. And you see Atlas and Rin kind of looks to you all, and Viridian goes, "It's all right. She's just going to pick out her favorite book." As she runs that way. And Atlas and Rin just kind of relax a little bit as they've been kind of some of the de facto bodyguards of Perry for a bit.
De facto dads.
Yeah.
Facto
Dads.
Dads.
Dragon dads.
Dragon dad.
I love it.
But yes, Viridian says, "Well, can I help you find anything?"
Do you have anything about the history or like relevant stuff to like binding spells?
Oh, of course. Anything specific? A specific type of binding? A specific type of spell that you're looking to learn the history about?
Like binding somebody to a different plane.
Extra planar binding. Okay. Yes, I can find something for you on that. And you see, like as like for you all, you would have to walk up like rows and rows of stairs, and you see she kind of like sits back on her haunches,
Amazing.
and like looks at like some of the shelves, and with like very gingerly with two claws reaches into a bookshelf, and you see her pull a large tome down, which like looks teeny tiny in her hands, but to you all it's like almost the size of Peter's book. As she pulls it down and sets it down on the counter in front of you, she's like, "That should at least get you started. Is there anything else any of you are looking for?"
Yeah, I'm looking for what would the scientific name be? Quantum weave mechanics and extraplanar travel and
All
its
right.
histories.
Quantum weave mechanics. So information about the weave and extraplanar travel?
Yes.
Okay.
Anything that correlates between the two.
All right. And you see she kind of like looks over a few bookshelves and she pulls off like 3 different books. And she goes, "This should also get you started as well." As she sets it down.
Thank you. How big are these books?
They're big. Like
Okay.
they're tomes. Like in
Okay.
her hands, they're like little mini magazines, but in your hands, they're tomes.
Yeah, oh man. Okay. All right.
And she looks to Rhea and Val. Anything?
I have a question for Alec
Yes.
as Betty. Can we on our phones see the name of our god form?
Correct. Yes.
Beautiful. Do you know what Tiamat is?
You see, she kind of like her neck, her head kind of withdraws a little bit, and she goes, "You mean Tiamat?"
Yeah. Is that how you say it? Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
And you see, like, if a dragon could make a puzzled expression, she makes a bit of a puzzled expression. She goes, You know not of Tiamat.
No.
Ah, well,
Not a lot of religion where we're from.
No, not religious at all. Is it
Yeah.
a religious thing?
in a way, yes.
Okay, okay.
Yes, in a way that yes, and in another way, not. Tiamat is the mother of dragons. She is a goddess. Well, she's sealed away. Well, she was sealed away. But I can get you history about her if you so desire to learn.
Yeah, like as much as you have. Yeah.
Oh, as much as I have. All right.
Well, maybe not as much as you have.
Understood. And you see she grabs another large tome and sets it down on the table for you.
Thank you.
Of course.
Yeah, I have you ever heard of a goddess called Rehya?
Rehya.
Or god or deity or something. That, or if you have anything on the phrase weave walker, that would also be great.
Yes, I have some information about that. Rehya
Okay.
doesn't strike a bell, but the Weave Walker does.
Okay. That's fine. Yeah, I'll go with that.
And you see she grabs a book. And you can see like the last 2 volumes that she's pulled, the Tiamat and now the Weave Walker book. There's a bit of like disdain for these 2 subjects as she brings them out for you.
I don't mean to add more weight to my book pile.
Yes.
Do you have, speaking of gods that we don't know about, is there anything you have on Deus Mechanus?
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Could I get
grabs like a book that is like this thick, and like as she and she and it sets down onto the counter.
I feel like I want to ask about mine, but I kind of know what mine's just Ouroboros. I know what that is. Should I ask for a book?
I mean,
or does that like kind of
maybe there's more information?
Yeah,
maybe it means something different here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Could I get Ouroboros?
Absolutely. And you see she grabs like a small, like it's probably the smallest of all the books. It like looks to be almost like journal sized.
Oh man.
Oh.
As she brings it out and sets it down for you.
Thank you. Did
Anything
she hate that too?
No.
Oh, okay.
No,
So
it's just kind of neutral.
So she only hated Tiamat
and Weave Walker.
And Weave Walker hated.
It was like asking for Twilight at a bookstore. Like they're just kind of
cringe.
Oh, no.
It's a cringe. I thought it was like we don't talk about that, but
no,
it's like
it was like just I don't enjoy those topics kind of vibe.
Got it. Sure. Got it.
For her own personal reasons.
All right, gang. Let's go build a book for it real quick.
Yeah.
Thanks for reading in.
Of course. So now you have all of these books.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you start?
Who wants to do a deep dive first?
I guess I'll go first since I went first.
Mm-hmm.
With binding spells.
With binding spells? Okay. I mean, it's going to take you guys a bit of time to sit here and read through all of these books for a while. So tell me each of you which book you're going to start with, and we'll kind of go round robin here. It's like an hour will pass, and I'll give you a general insight into what you're reading. How about that? So you're starting with binding spells. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Specifically, hopefully, the history of how they work and what has happened when people have been bound in the past.
Okay. What's everybody else starting with?
I just have my one book. I
just have the one too. Just
read my dragon book.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm hoping that you will let me use one of my skills as a good old fashioned tinkerer to start a project. What is it called? I have to look it up real quick. Ooh. So many things I have. It's called Visionary.
Visionary. Okay.
And the heroic skill that's attached to it. I have to look that one up. But
What's the heroic skill?
I have to look it up real quick. Oh my god, pause the recording.
So what's the skill?
Well, it's a mixture of visionary and upgrade, right? So visionary is like when you work on a project up to skill level times 100 zenith of material costs are automatically paid for. Additionally, you generate additional skill level progress every day. If multiple characters with the skill work on the same project, the effects will be cumulative. An upgrade is basically saying like it takes a little bit less than that. Essentially, it's if I had to, if you want me to say the whole thing because it's an optional rule, so I'm not sure if you want to work with it. It changes the cost modifiers of things.
Okay. Yeah. So what's the project you're working on, or what do you want to use the skill for?
I want to use this on an airship with an engine that's capable of piercing / getting to the in-between safely so that we can travel in the in-between safely.
Okay. Yeah.
Using the mechanics that were once used to travel between worlds.
Okay.
To much smaller scale of this world. To do such a thing.
Okay. Yeah. So that's going to be the time is you're like using the books that you got to kind of begin to craft the blueprints for this ship.
Because I'm hopefully using these books from Dragon Mechanics or Dragon Science and the notes I stole from a certain jackass. Thank you, Valerian. We'll call him by his name, I guess. And some of my own knowledge of mechanics and science fiction, just to see if like it all mixes and matches all together.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're gonna spend your time basically drawing up blueprints for this airship.
Yeah. Okay. Crafting it. We're crafting a multiversal engine, folks.
Okay. So you all spend like kind of the first hour of time much to Val and Rhea's chagrin, as you are reading your books, the book about Tiamat details an evil dragon goddess who once attempted to conquer the world, with like hordes of dragons and a cult devoted to her and amassing this great and terrible wealth to basically bring her onto the mortal plane, only to be stopped and sealed away in hell. Later on, she was or one of these in Avernus, which is this world's hell. Later on, there is talk that Tiamat is still like there's kind of like an addendum or an added entry that Tiamat, when the drowning happened, was like an iteration of her was on Novum. And that her last known location is a place known as the Ladies' Woods.
And does it have directions to the Ladies' Woods, or
it is directly south of where you are?
Not far.
It's basically back towards the middle of the country, towards Hearth. It's like just before you get to Hearth, by the Whispering Mountains, where you had your fight with the Raysanas last time.
Yeah, we probably don't want to go back down that way. Okay.
But that's what you learn, at least general knowledge about Tiamat, that she was a great and powerful goddess, but attempted to conquer the world and destroy it with her horde of dragons long ago.
Could I infer that a similar binding spell was used to bind her to Avernus?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, a very, very powerful binding spell is detailed within this book that you're reading, that after the ritual to bring her physical form to the mortal plane was stopped, she was then bound in Avernus.
And does it say, so I could infer then that the same cult that was like working with her got her out, or a version of her out, kind of like the patron is breaking out in that same kind of way? Or was it like a because the world was ending kind of a situation? Or like, can I infer that at all?
You can go ahead and make me an insight check.
Yes, my lowest stat.
Uh-oh.
I can't wait to give you an insight check. Okay. Let's see. 8.
8. Some of this stuff makes your noggin hurt a little bit.
It's going over my head. Yeah.
But you can infer that, like, because you saw the patron do it, where the patron was able to project himself onto the mortal plane and interact with it, that perhaps she did something similar.
Okay.
Perhaps. But without further digging, which you can spend more time reading, because like this is like I'm saying, like this is like an hour passes of you doing this. But that's what you get. Val, what do you learn from digging into the Weave Walker is the unofficial history of a man that you would know quite well, of Valerian Rezana. That it is like rumored, again, it's all like none of it like seems like it's confirmed, that there was a great darkness on the world that he was from, and he learned to interact with the weave itself, while most magic requires spells and enchantments and things like equations to safely channel the magic. He somehow learned how to channel it without it and basically directly access it. And he is the only mortal that is known to have walked in the actual place where the weave exists, and come out the other side. And that the abilities that he has is that exactly what I said, where he can manipulate magic and energy without the need for a definition. While magic normally needs to go through certain steps to make sure that it's controlled, he can just do things. So that's kind of the general knowledge, unless there's anything more specific you were looking for.
Nope.
No? Okay.
That covers it. All
right. And now, Peter, the history of binding spells. So with the history of binding spells, as you kind of dig in and like how they work, or how, no binding spell, as you're kind of flipping through, you learn is truly permanent or forever. Due to if someone else with enough knowledge or time can chip away at that binding spell, it can be eventually broken. But what you learn is that it takes a incredible amount of power to do so. Especially like the stronger the spell is to bind a stronger entity, the more difficult that lock is to break. If that makes sense. That, like, if you're just binding, just a regular Joe, to somewhere, like, it's easier to get him out than it is if you're binding a deity, a being of great power, because typically a stronger spell is required to bind a stronger being. So the method of breaking that bind is more difficult.
So what I'm getting is, if we put more MP behind it, it's going to be a stronger spell. So the more we put into it, we get more out of it. Correct.
That's a good way to look at it. It will be more difficult to break. And breaking a spell like the one that like as you're kind of reading through the book, that kind of knowledge that Zarathar put in your head kind of matches with what you're seeing on the pages, that the spell that you are taught is a very, very powerful binding spell. And that it takes great effort and great magical ability to even remotely begin to chip away at it.
Okay.
If that makes sense. Anything else that you would like to know?
Do I get the sense that the cult of the will is using more than just my assumption is that there are people down there chipping away at the spell? Do I think they have something else down there aiding them and chipping away at the spell?
You were told that a person is responsible for breaking him out. A singular person is responsible. Like, the cult exists around them, around the patron and his doings, but that there is a being, someone that is breaking the spell for him.
Okay.
And that you can presume that person was at the bottom of the elevator shaft, or like in the room that elevator was going towards.
Okay.
Yeah. And
that makes me
Jeane,
concerned about that person.
and Jeane, as you take your time, you begin to draw up blueprints based off of like the things you're reading and stuff like that. Describe to me what this airship looks like on the blueprints. You're muted.
It honestly, in design, it looks like a mixture between a kite and an arrow, where it's almost like it's almost like not like a stingray in nature, but like it's meant to pierce through the veil of reality. So pierce but not tear. And as it pierces, when it makes its way through, it knits back together safely.
Okay.
So not to irreparably damage the weave it uses around it to transport between one realm and the next. Using its own like shielding of contained weave or reserve weave as a battery source to keep it powered. So when you travel to another dimension or verse, the outside weave or the outside magic or the outside power source, it doesn't just in case, like, oh, we're in a place with no magic, whoops, can't leave ever again. So it has its own internal battery, but it also uses an external one when it can. So
okay.
Yeah.
You now have the blueprints crafted for this ship. You have gotten, the numbers are numbering, if that makes sense. Like, you have gotten a lot quicker. Your understanding of the text in front of you, it's almost like you read through all of them very quickly and absorbed the knowledge a lot faster than you did back on Earth. Your ability to retain and then put together the puzzle pieces is a lot sharper and faster than you were. But about an hour passes, and that's when you would hear the door open, and you would all see Silvara walking back into the library. And she says, hard at work, are we?
Always.
Good. Anything interesting?
No, nothing necessarily new, just feeling like I'm learning a little bit more about everything that's kind of going on.
I may have figured out a way to travel between realms.
Oh,
What?
that's very good.
Like, she like puts the pen down. He's just like looking at it like he doesn't understand what he just wrote down for a moment. He's like, yeah. I think if we can, this is like just a first draft, but to hell, the first draft. Make a ship that can travel to places unknown. Oh. And he realizes what happened. And he realizes how many cogs have been turning in his brain. He's like, oh, fuck.
Well, that's remarkable, Jeane.
Yeah, when I was reading, it was like, oh, when you do magic, if you do it really good, the spell's better. That's what I learned. So I'm happy that you figured out that important shit for us.
I mean, I'm glad
that
you
so
had
much. I love
the
that so
confirmation,
Yeah.
compared to thinking that there's like a trick to it or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, that's a very nice way to
There's
say
always
that. Thank
some
you.
trick or some like event that we don't expect. So it's good we know exactly what to expect.
Yeah.
And maybe we can all pool if we're like standing against the big bad. We can all stand together and point our hands towards them and pour all our magic, and a bunch of chains will come out.
I'm gonna be honest, that's kind of what it seemed like I was reading. So
Magic
we'll
of
see.
friendship.
Magic of friendship, baby.
Are you planning on sealing someone?
Oh.
We're gonna see where the cards land. We just want to be able to do it if that's what's appropriate at the time.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Valerian.
Wow, you are taking on Valerian.
Yep. There are another person on the list of people who are not happy with us.
You have made some powerful enemies.
Yeah. Well, they
It's
tried to
not
use
really
us
our
first.
fault though. Like, we just got literally just got dragged into it.
Yeah.
So
Oh, all right.
yeah.
Well, and you see she kind of like looks over at Perry, who's like kind of off in the corner of the library, like kicking her feet, reading a book. Just laying on her stomach, like reading. And she goes, well, Onyx had mentioned to me, I stopped by the inn to see if you were there, something about the vault and Perry. As you see, she kind of gestures, and this like you see this bit of a shimmer kind of come over all of you, like almost dome over. And she goes, and we can speak freely here. Perry won't be able to hear us through this.
How long ago did she leave you?
A few 100 years ago.
Apologies if we seem skittish with information.
It-
Not just for Perry's sake, but we've been around a lot of much more powerful beings since we got here, since we were pulled here. And they've all turned out to be very bad interactions in the end. So
Yes.
kind of on edge, but
That is all right. I understand. And don't sell yourselves short. As she sees, she kind of like gives you all a kind of a once over. She's like, you all contain quite a bit of magical power yourselves.
trials and tribulations have led us to become much more than we were when we got here.
Ah, I see.
But
Oh, I was going to say, as for Perry, we're under kind of the impression that Perry was being used for Spark.
In what way?
Arc is created from Perry's scales.
And you can almost like as she takes a breath in, like the table and the floor like almost kind of rumbles a little bit as she kind of takes this deep breath in, and she goes, I see.
We haven't told her.
No, don't. If she's unaware, that's good for now, I suppose.
We didn't know that right away. We just saw a kid trapped and
Yes.
wanted to rescue her. But then after that, we aren't from around here. Like really, really not from around here.
we're from a different universe.
Wow.
That's like a whole nother part of the story. But we didn't know a safe place for Perry. Or who we could trust.
That's fair. World is a bit rotted at the moment. Well, she will be safe here. Do you know who? Is it the cult that was using her?
We think so. Which Val kind of like puts two and two together and is like, but that means so obviously then someone at the cult was with we knew this. The cult was working with what's his face that you killed Jeane?
Ivar.
Ivar. Yeah.
From the Exalted Core.
Yeah, well, because the Exalted Core is in charge of the vault. Right?
Right.
And if Perry was in the vault and
they knew about it.
They knew
or
about
at least
it.
some of them did.
Yeah. But like Ivar was kind of a problem. He's not a problem anymore. Because then we
Jeane.
found someone else. Like when we got attacked by the cult, like pretty early, and Ivar was responsible for putting one of our friends into a suit of dragon armor.
Atlas just
So-
waves.
Yeah. So
I
wait,
see.
but then Ivar was working with Valerian. Did Valerian know about all of this?
I wouldn't be surprised. Larry knows a lot.
He seems to pull a lot of the strings.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. If he's working with the Cult of the Will, we just gave him access to the patron seal.
But I thought he didn't like the patron. I thought he hated his son. That's why this whole thing was happening. So he's gonna seal him back, right?
I don't know. He didn't know he was there.
Family seems to do a lot of crazy things to that family.
Well, so you wish to seal Valerian away. All right. And his son?
Which one?
That's-
Nikolai or
I mean,
Oh, so apparently part of the reason he's been going around messing with worlds is he's been looking for his son, right?
Right.
Well, there are now two of them. One of them's great. We like Rin. Rin's good. Rin's cool.
You see there is a steely glare that Silvara gives Rin when you say, like, there's one right here, as you
He's
gesture
fine.
to Valerian's
He's fine.
son.
Rin's good.
He's fine. He's been helping us since we got here.
All right.
Without him, we'd probably be dead a few times.
We would be dead. And he's the one who told us. He's the one who like got us out of Valerian's house because Valerian's the one who brought us here.
Right. All right.
Wants to activate God genes in us or whatever. But the other half of the son, I'm so sorry. We've been through a lot.
It's a whole thing.
It's all right.
Oh man.
But to sum it up is that this person brought you here against your will,
Mhm.
and they've been doing all sorts of terrible things throughout the world, and you
Correct.
wish to put a stop to it and
Correct.
go home,
Yes.
dependent on
Yeah.
your blue. As she kind of just like taps on your blueprints and go home.
Mm.
Do you have a plan?
We got a sealing spell that was used on the patron, who's one half of the son, who is the evil side.
Right, you have the
Why
spell.
did he
but,
get sealed?
You would know. You would remember that Zaratharth sealed him when he came to Novum.
Mm.
Okay, I didn't know if I couldn't remember if that was meta knowledge or if that was in-game knowledge.
That was meta
If we
knowledge.
knew
That I don't know.
why,
I don't know if Peter shared that. Peter, did you share that Zarathar was the one to seal the patron away?
but I don't know if we know why Zarathar sealed the patron.
Yeah, I think I would have shared that he sealed him because that's how we know that he knows a sealing spell.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
We just don't know why he sealed him. I didn't ask.
Correct. When she goes, well, you have a sealing spell. That's great, but how are you going to get close to him, weaken him? He's got quite a large force behind him.
Well, we do know the point of where the ceremony that unchains him takes place. So if he's getting unchained, it might be there. I don't know. We can chain him right back in that same spot, but that town is full of cultists.
Right.
Oh, if we're talking about the patron. But about
Mhm.
Valerian.
Valerian's probably headed there because that's our last known location.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Yeah.
knowing a smart person, knowing a genius, they are going to ask around. And in asking around, they're going to see that we went a certain direction. And they might follow that trail.
To their peril. She, like, as you can see, she's very angry. And she goes, what about your, going toe to toe with Valerian? What allies have you amassed for this?
You're looking at them all.
All of them are in the room. Actually, some people in the room are not part of it, but most of them are.
Are you aware of Valerian's forces sizes, at least?
We've heard rumor
Yeah.
and experienced Valerian's magic at firsthand.
Right.
But that was only like 5 people.
Yeah.
That was like Valerian Monroe,
And
then
there's
Nikolai,
Yeah, and there's
and
sons
also
of-
like
Ivar.
a couple, an Ivar, and a
Yeah.
Oh, and
couple other
Rhea.
bodyguards.
Other Rhea.
Other
Yeah,
Rhea.
Other
a
Rhea.
clone of us.
Yeah,
Dead.
they-
She's
Yeah, he
dead.
was-
It's okay.
Oh yeah,
Cloning us.
they tried to
Yeah.
clone us. Yeah,
All right.
Yep, clone us
Um,
and take our memories in the same time. It was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's been a ride a couple weeks.
Well,
It's been a week and a half, I think.
do you have a date for when you wish for this conflict to occur?
Well,
The world's gonna end in 2
2
weeks
weeks.
if we don't
13 days.
13
13
days
days.
because they're gonna fight each other and yeah.
I see.
Yeah, and I have seen. Well, I've. What's the what? Alec, what's the god name of the goddess I saw?
The Justicar.
Yeah, and there's an entity out there beyond this world called the Justicar. That just might just wipe. If those two don't wipe out the world, that Justicar might just do it for them. And well, they seem very business oriented in doing that.
All right. Well, so the world's going to end in 2 weeks.
Mm.
You need to stop the most powerful being on the planet and his son,
Mhm.
and get past all of his defenses, his skyships, their guard, their all those things. His wife is quite formidable.
Oh yeah, I forgot about his wife.
And
Woof, woof.
and
Woof is right.
on top of
Stress.
whatever this patron has as allies. Well, so I believe we need to start with getting you some more allies.
We've to be fair, we've tried.
Always tried.
Right. Well, and you see she like takes a long look at Perry. And she goes, personally, I would like to see to the deaths of those who abused that sweet girl and took advantage of them. So you can definitely count on me. And I will acquire a few. I believe nearly the whole village. Perhaps the younger ones might not partake, but nearly the whole village will rally behind going after those responsible for the misdeeds done to Perry. And if the world's ending, well, we have to help there. Have you been to Lunaris yet?
No.
No.
Nope.
There is a scientist there, known as Luos, and well, see, we may not partake in the rest of the world, but we do keep watch and listen. But she has well stumbled on quite a interesting invention that may come in handy for you all. They are automatons that are specifically designed to deal with people who have magic. Automatons meant to slay mages. Meant to deal with mages.
We
Which-
all look at Jeane.
Jeane has a worry, like a sense of like excitement for scientists, worry about automatons. Last time they were in front of one, they don't talk about it.
Right. She maybe Luos, maybe someone you want to reach out to.
Where are they again?
They are in Lunaris. It is on the map, it is a city that is southwest of Hearth on the coast.
How you spell Luos? Just
Luos. Luos.
Oh, that's exactly how I wrote it in my
yeah,
notes.
same.
Another.
Sorry.
Yes.
I'm just writing stuff down. Automatons, neat. I'm gonna put that in quotation marks. Neat / scary.
And a very easy group that I could help you ascertain allies from is the Wardens in Hearth. It's an order of paladins that were created by our great grandfather to protect the world. They have become more ornamental in years, but they are still quite formidable when they need to. They would be able to assist us. I know you were just there in Nevermore, but there is a group of a small mercenary army that is there, known as the Bloodbound. That could be useful.
Who is the leader of that?
The leader of Bloodbound? Oh,
I mean, they're mercenaries. I don't know. There is like a leader.
there at least the leader of the group is her name is Lilith.
Well, yeah.
Love that name. Love it. It's classic.
So good. I like her already.
She's the leader of them. The leader of the wardens, by the way, is Seraphina, Stormrider.
Where were they again? Sorry.
The wardens are in
in
Hearth.
In Hearth. They
Yes.
are in Hearth. All right.
Yes.
Lawrence and our
The Bloodbound are in Nevermore. The Mage Slayer golems are in Lunaris. And those are the ones off the top of my head that I can at least offer to you as possible allies. You may discover some more along the way, especially with, the world coming to an end. If there are other beings out there that have assisted you in your travels, that might be helpful. I don't know.
Well, this already way more than we kind of expected, I think. So thank you a lot.
Luos's husband is also someone that perhaps you should speak with. He is known as the Lord of Blades. He likes that title, but I believe she just calls him Lore. But he perhaps would be able to help you, as he leads a quite formidable militant Warforged group. But that is who I can give you off the top of my head.
I have a question.
Yes.
Then this might not be anything, but Seraphina, the leader of the wardens,
Mhm.
did you say it's Storm Rider? Storm?
Yes.
Does that have anything to do with the storm temple that we walked past to come in here? Or no?
Oh, that is
unrelated storms.
That is unrelated.
Unrelated
But-
storms. Okay.
But Seraphina is my, oh gosh, she is my great granddaughter.
Oh.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
So,
Thank you.
so if we see them, do we like say, hey, we're friends, your great grandmother?
I can send word to her for you.
Yeah, I don't think we should go back to Hearth.
Yeah.
That's a bad plan.
That's where we were. We were there with when Valerian
that's where
was.
Valerian is and
yeah.
all. Yep. Mm-hmm.
And I don't know that we should go back to Nevermore right now either. So maybe
Yeah. Maybe our sponsor from the matches we just did would be able to do us a favor.
Well,
Since the
yeah.
world is ending.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can chat. I can see how he feels about that.
So destination wise, Lunaros is our best first
Lunaris.
trip.
Can we just maybe take
Oh,
it
I'm
in?
not talking
Oh,
about
yes.
going. I'm not,
Oh,
I'm not
Okay,
talking-
okay.
Take as much time as you
Yeah, I'm not talking
require.
about going now. I'm
Okay.
Like a day or
And-
two.
And
Yeah,
like-
that'd be really nice.
Jeane, I definitely recommend taking these plans over to the Forge to meet Tazrian. He would be quite interested in assisting you with the construction of this ship.
As at the Forge. I mean, if anyone can help me figure these plans out in more detail, make it as safe as possible, I'm sure the Dragon can do just that. And I mean, if I'm working with automatons, if we go there, they can help make the construction a little faster.
Oh, yes. Luos is one of the world's greatest minds. She's. Have you not heard of Luos? She just kind of like, wait, you're from another universe. Luos was one of the 6.
Oh, we have heard of
like
them.
from the
The legend.
from like
yes.
the Nation
Yeah.
of 6. Yeah,
Yes,
okay.
yes.
We
Okay,
have
cool, cool,
heard
cool, cool,
of
cool, cool.
them. but-
Yes.
Okay. Wait, they're still wow.
Yes. Yes. Once the drowned king was defeated, she was resurrected as an elf, and so she has lived quite a long time.
Well, happy them.
For above the table, they cast the resurrection spell. They rolled randomly, and they got wood elf. So
Hey,
they resurrected as a wood elf.
nice.
That's
congratulations.
cool. You rolled good.
You rolled
Yeah, for real.
good. You rolled pretty good.
Okay. I guess we have the next week or so planned out.
Yes. And perhaps once you've acquired these allies or these resources, we can come up with a plan of attack.
That sounds great.
Because I don't know about you, but I don't know if waiting to the last moment to get this done is the best course of action.
No.
Yeah.
No, for sure not.
this isn't exactly a college assignment. We can't do that this time.
No.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
And you would see at this point, she would dismiss the barrier as she sees Perry approaching, and she goes, "What are you guys talking about?"
Our favorite books. What's your favorite book? What were you reading?
And she holds up and says, "The Legend of the Six."
Oh,
And she goes, "The
Aw.
Legend of the Six." She goes, "What about you?"
One Fish, Two Fish, Red Fish, Blue Fish. You've never read it. It's a really good book.
classics. Dr. Seuss
And
classic.
you see Viridian turns her head. She goes, "I've never heard of this tome."
Super rare.
It's a poet.
I'll write it out for you.
Yes,
I'll write a
it's
copy for you.
Ah, excellent. Yes,
quite the bard's tale.
A transcription would be wonderful.
Yeah.
We just made
Uh,
Dr. Seuss canon.
It's not
so
Dr. Seuss,
dumb, I love
it's Dr. Rhea.
Dr. Rhea.
And you
It's
see
not
Rhea
plagiarism, it's in
MD.
another world. Yeah.
Rhea MD.
and you see Silvara goes, "Well, I will leave you to your planning. Perry, why don't we go home and leave your friends to get settled?" And she goes, "Okay." And she runs around, gives each of you an individual little hug. Runs around, gives you each a hug. And then basically grabs Silvara's hand as Silvara walks her out, giving you all kind of like a knowing look as she walks out. You see, Atlas is kind of like, "All right, she'll be all right, won't she?"
She'll be fine.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, Atlas.
Oh, it'll be okay,
Okay,
bud.
It's okay, big guy.
It's crazy to be an empty nester already.
I know.
I'm just making sure she's all right.
Yeah, you've done a fantastic job.
Yeah, thank you for taking care of her.
No, of course. Couldn't have done it without my buddy here. It slaps Rain on the back of the head. Like, yeah, he was in a book this whole time. He was reading this entire time.
What was he reading?
He was reading. I had a list of books up actually.
He's reading Twilight.
He was reading Twilight. No, he was reading. Let's see. Here it is. He was actually reading the history of the Wardens.
Nice.
Oh.
Yeah, he's reading the history of the Wardens. And he kind of looks up and he goes, I agree with her that the Wardens will probably be helpful, at least when it comes to dealing with the numbers that my dad and my brother perhaps will have. I think having more people might not be a bad idea. Since, you know, sorry?
I was going to say, do you think they're going to like be fighting each other? Like, could we use that to our advantage?
I think so. But we still got to get past, you know, all of my dad's elite guard and the airships and the cannons and the shield and, you know, and then my brother.
Shield?
Yeah, Paradise Isles is protected by a magical barrier.
Oh, great.
Well,
Good.
Well, maybe he won't be there.
That's true. Well, if what I have planned for a ship happens, we might be able to pierce that veil.
Well, that's
and
good.
Any other veil we want.
That's good.
That's the maximum hope.
That's
here.
the idea. Yeah.
Yes.
And after seeing the creatures that my brother brought to the mountain when we were on the mountain, we should be prepared that he might be able to do that again. And if he's out, even more so than before.
And let's not hope that your other brother decides to drop more meteors on the city if we get there.
Right. I wanted to talk about him. I think we can swing him to our side.
Nikolai?
Yeah.
He killed us last time.
Yes.
Almost.
But you have to understand, our parents raised us to be obedient and loyal to a fault. Making our parents proud was something we've never been able to achieve, but we've always chased. And you know, I as messed up as it is, I'm not saying it was okay, but I understand it. You know, he saw his mom being attacked, and Nikolai's always been more fond of my mother than my father, and you know, decided to take a stance. But if my dad continues down this path, and he and my brother go this way, surely my mom might also even be swayed. If they see them go this way, and they might prove valuable in making sure we can get the job done. So I just wanted to let you know that if I see a chance to talk to my brother and my mother, I might take it and see if I can get them over to our side.
Yeah.
It'll be hard fought for, but if you think we can do it,
I think it's worth a try, at least.
She did seem kind of... It didn't seem like fighting was her first instinct when she saw you and the patron.
No, she may be the queen of beasts, but she's honestly the cool-headed one out of the two of them.
Well, even beast mothers protect their young, so that shouldn't be too surprising.
Right, so that's what I mean. Like, if she sees my dad and my brother going after one another, she's gonna intervene.
Yeah.
So perhaps we can get her to intervene on our behalf, or at least that will give us an opening to do what you guys need to do and put them away.
Will she be okay with that, though?
I don't know yet. But that's why, I mean, if I get a chance to talk to them,
yeah.
I'm gonna try it at least.
Definitely get you in front of them.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us are gonna have a shot.
No. It's got to be me.
Yeah. Hey, this journey has been a trial of let's try this for the first time, and it's been working out. So let's try to get you reunited with your mom.
Yeah.
Add it to the list.
And Atlas pipes up at this point and goes, I also had a semi-awkward question that I wanted to ask.
What's up, Papa Atlas?
Well, and just stops for a second. He goes, I was thinking about our odds. And well, they're not great. I mean, we've got a town of dragons to help us out, which is wonderful. But there's still a lot of stuff we're gonna have to deal with, and I was thinking of how I fit into this whole battle plan, this whole equation, and I had the thought, and again, you could veto this if you so desire, but I had the thought of, what if we stole my armor back?
That armor,
the armor that you guys found me in.
But you can't control it, right?
It's a trial. It depends on how much of it I'm wearing. It depends. The more pieces of the armor I'm wearing, the more part of the spirit of the Dragon of Destruction I'm wearing. Right. And so that's where I begin to kind of lose it. But I think even if I have the vambrace or the gauntlets or something, something to give me a little extra juice that might help you all out. And again, just like Ren said here, like we're thinking about making openings for you guys, and giving you guys opportunities. So if I can help, I want to do that.
Didn't they say it was on its way back to the vault?
Mm-hmm.
Right. And in this interim that he wants to talk to his mom, I want to get the armor back. You guys need to figure out where you're going to go next. Figure I might be able to sneak back there, see if my brother can help me out one more time, and see if I can get at least a piece of it or two out of there.
On your own?
Yeah, I think so. I think you guys got other things you need to handle, and I can do this by myself.
I mean, we did get rid of a large component with our destruction of that airship.
Yeah, their security system is probably
not
great. The heart,
not fully
that we
recovered.
Removed.
Right.
Not fully recovered. So
it might be easier for me to get in.
Right.
And on that same token is I can speak to my brother, and now that Ivar's dead, there's probably a vacuum, and it'll become clear of who's loyal and who was under his thumb, and perhaps I could recruit them to our cause as well.
If you think so, then I'm not against that.
Yeah.
Look, I got faith in you, Ben.
I appreciate that, and I wanted to ask before. I didn't want to just disappear in the middle of the night. And go
Yeah,
try to
don't
get
do that.
them.
We would come after you.
Yes.
No, please don't. I prefer to stay alive. And
well, you gotta. If you're gonna leave, you gotta say bye to Perry.
oh, I will. Oh, absolutely, I will. And he gets a little glossy eyed thinking about it. He's like, I will. I will. But
Be
yeah.
careful.
Oh, I will. I'll leave in the morning. You know, and or unless you need me to stick around for a little bit longer while y'all figuring things out. I just figure I have to get all the way across the ocean and back. So
Yeah.
in time.
Maybe there's someone who can help you here
Oh,
to get you there faster.
Yeah.
town full of
Yeah.
dragons.
Yeah,
You're right.
Town full of
Maybe-
dragons.
Maybe find a dragon and she'd be like, "Hey, help!"
I think there's got to be somebody.
Yeah,
There's got to be somebody willing, especially once the news starts getting around about, because it seems they all talk quite a bit.
quite
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah. They're very close knit community. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah. So
That's smart. I think that's a good
Solid
Yeah.
plan.
good choice. Yeah.
We'll see what else you can snag out of there. Maybe there'll be another useful thing.
Just watch out for weeping angels.
got it.
I don't know if that's their actual name, but they're really bad statues. They suck.
Got it. Scary statues. I'll watch out for that.
Yeah.
Literally watch them.
Yeah.
So
Don't
yeah.
stop watching them if you see them.
All right. Okay.
No blinking.
Don't
Okay.
blink.
Blink
if you,
one eye at
if
a
you
time.
blink, you'll die.
Have somebody with you so you can do.
All right.
alternate-
I'll take my brother. in.
Okay,
I'll take
okay,
my
yeah,
brother
Good
in.
plan.
Yeah.
I'll take my brother in with me.
Yep.
All right.
Thank you both for being willing to do that. You are putting yourselves in danger, and it's just, I don't know. Thank you.
And then you see they kind of both share a bit of a look, and they go. The Rin pipes up and goes, "Of course. I mean, not only are you guys helping me out with my family problems, but I care about you guys, and I want to help you get home, and if that's what you want to do, and also our world's at risk, and you guys are putting your lives on the line when you really you could just make this ship and leave. You could just get out of here. So of course we're going to try to help." And Atlas just kind of nods his head along. And you see Atlas kind of a little jumpy. He goes, I'm just going to go check on Perry.
Yeah.
See how Perry's
Yeah,
doing.
you should. You
Yeah,
should.
sure she's
Yeah.
okay.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Atlas.
See if you can check out that book for her. I think that's
Yeah.
Perry took the book.
Oh, she did.
Oh,
Okay,
good.
okay.
Perry
That makes
100%
sense.
took
That
the
makes
book.
sense.
And Rin goes, I think I'll go with him, maybe.
Yeah.
Let you
Sure,
guys
sure.
talk a little bit.
Sure.
And kind of gives Val's hand a squeeze.
Oh.
And Peter, give me an insight check.
Oh,
Yes, I would love to.
oh,
Insight check.
All right, that is 17.
As the two of them are standing up and your friends are looking at them, you see the journal sized book, Ouroboros, kind of slides out from your book pile, like in front of you. Like it almost like you had your stack of books and you see the Ouroboros book slides towards you.
I'm reading it
as everyone's looking at
immediately. I'm reading the book.
at them as they leave, as he gives Val a quick peck on the cheek, and then follows Atlas out of the building.
I'm give it to me. What's in there?
Okay. You crack the spine of the book, Peter, as you begin to read it, while the rest of the group is watching the.
I have no
the
poker
others,
face. I'm so sorry.
The others leaving. And as you thumb through the pages, you find what I have sent you over DMs.
This isn't okay.
Does
what face is
have-
Peter making right
Yeah,
now?
what does Peter have a poker face? Or no poker?
Peter, what's your face look like? Do you want to roll? Do you want to roll like a?
Yeah,
like,
I have to roll.
yeah, roll me like Dex and might, or Dex and insight to see if you can
Okay,
see your
I
face.
was like, please not might.
Do we like get an insight or something to see if we like pick up on this?
Depending on what they roll. Depending on what they roll.
Okay.
Because
Cool.
you guys are just watching them go, you know, as Atlas and Ren.
I'm not
That's true.
joking. I crit on both dice. 12
Peter-
and an 8.
As
I
you
got
turn around,
20.
Peter looks to just be thumbing through their book.
Oh my god. I want to take a pic. I
We
can't believe I
love-
fucking critted.
Secret Peter.
Oh, all my notes have my emo inner monologue written on the side. I can't send that to you guys yet.
Gotta send it. You can't say that now. You can't say that. You gotta send that now.
Drop it.
Oh my
Drop
God.
it.
Drop it.
Drop it. Drop it like
I'm
a
gonna-
hot diss track. Come on now. You got.
I'm gonna scribble out all of the
Oh.
Oh, keep it.
I want to see the machinations of Peter's mind.
now that I pointed out, you guys are immediately gonna be able to see it. Anyway, I'm just reading. That's all
Yep.
Peter's doing right now.
So what are the rest of you doing?
Ah man, I'll read up on if I'm done with my primary blueprints. I'll read up on Deus Machina.
Sure.
Machinus.
You're gonna spend some more time reading? Okay.
Yeah, sure, fuck it. And then I'll
Uh,
head to the forge afterwards. But that's
okay.
it.
Rhea and Val, what about you two?
Val is gonna go back to the front desk
Yeah.
to ask.
You'd see
Something
Viridian
else.
is still there. She goes, yes.
Uh,
How can I help you?
Hey, yeah, I'm just curious, like history. There was like a bad guy called the Patron who was
Mhm.
sealed away.
Right.
Why was he sealed? Like, what was he doing?
That I do not know. So above table, the patron is a recent development. So he like in the past, you know, however many years, he is a fairly recent development in this world. So
It's recent.
yes. So
Got it.
she would go, I'm not quite sure who you mean, or because again, you had all just given this information to the other dragon. So she and she seemed surprised. So you see, she's like, I'm not quite sure who you're speaking of. Do you know their name, their who this person was, the patron?
Valarinth?
Does not ring a bell, unfortunately.
That's
So
fine.
sorry.
That's fine. I can't remember. I think it was like super recent. Maybe it was like a small like regional thing. I don't know. That's fine. This is fine.
Okay. I'm sorry. But
No, it's
if we
okay.
get
It's
any
okay.
books on it, I'll definitely
Yeah.
send them over to the inn.
Sounds good. Appreciate that. Cool.
I'll
Val
also
walk back over to the group.
follow Val to the desk, and once Val's done, do you have anything else on Tiamat, Queen
We
of
have
Dragons?
plenty. Anything specifically you would like to know?
Like we did she just like want to be evil because she was just selfish, or like did she have childhood trauma, right? Like what was the inciting incident for her?
You mean like what caused her to fall to evil, you mean? Or
Yeah, what caused her to fall to evil?
yeah, absolutely. I can find that information for you right away. Well, Tiamat was created, at least as the antithesis of her brother, Bahamut, as a balance, while they both represented opposing values. You know, that both sides didn't like each other so much, but so she was always that way, I suppose. She
So
was
like
born-
Bahamut's like nice and everybody likes him, and he's like smiles a lot and is like cool, and Tiamat's like dark and angsty about that, right?
That's a very simplified way to put it, but yes.
Sure. Okay. Okay.
I mean, last I at least saw the version of her that's here is she's a
Last
well-
you've seen her?
yes, I have seen her. Yes.
Fill me in.
Oh, well, she lives in the Ladies' Woods, and most of the time she's quite well sad these days. As she's a shadow of her former self. And she spends most of her days throwing parties with the other deities that have been stuck here.
Have you been to one of these parties?
No.
Oh.
I once I heard that she was on the mortal plane, I made a journey to go see her, and well, it was quite underwhelming, if I'm being quite honest.
Oh. Like
Yes.
how? Was she just like not as big as you thought she would be?
She was in her humanoid form,
Oh.
and she was just well, hungover.
Oh, boo.
Yes. She's kind of the queen bee down there, amongst all of them, and as one of the the gods that got stuck here due to the drowning, she's not as powerful as she used to be, and she's still quite formidable. Do not get me wrong,
Sure.
but she spends her days drinking, mostly.
That is very sad. Well, thanks. Thank you. This has been very helpful.
Mm-hmm.
Viridian, I appreciate it.
Of course. If there's any other knowledge that you require, please let me know.
Yeah, thanks. And Rhea is just going to dejectedly walk back to the table.
And Jeane, you wanted to do some more research on Deus Ex Machina, yeah? Deus Ex Machina.
Deus Ex Machina. I
Deus
wish.
So it's the, as you kind of dig into it, as technology became more of a forefront, pre-drowning, it basically became kind of almost devotion to machinery. And through this devotion, the creation of Deus Machina kind of apparated into the world, where it was that even machines themselves have spirit within them, have magic within them. And she is the one who is responsible for that. Her followers typically are people like yourselves, people who are tinkerers, are those who believe, or not believe, but devote themselves to the sciences, devote themselves to kind of the more analytical and logical part of the world, and even, which is kind of strange in this fantastical world that you find yourselves in. Anything specific beyond kind of the basics around Deus Machina that you're looking for?
I mean, just to learn more about her from that first confrontation, I haven't tried to learn anything else about her. So just trying to get like the basics, like, oh, okay, so because there's magic in this world, there's spirit in this world. Because spirits in this world, gods exist, etc. And just trying to like connect, do the logical connect the dots of how one is formed to the other, to the form to the other, to the form to the other.
Roll me insight.
Okay. Is my book gonna come alive and be like, hey, read me? And I have to worry about existential crisis down below.
No existential crisis here. I'm acting super normal.
Perfectly normal.
I'm so normal about everything that I learned.
You sure are. I'm gonna spend a fabulous point to reroll one of those.
Okay.
That is a 15.
With a 15, you thumb through it, and then you realize that they're to the basic, to the plain eye, it would seem like they're discussing talks of a temple devoted to Deus Machina. But as you read more into it, you realize this temple they're speaking of talks of a great work devoted to Deus Machina within the Whispering Mountains. A massive clockwork, whether it is you're trying to discern from it that whether it was a just like a temple made of clockwork, or it was a being made of clockwork, or like a great machine was constructed as a sign of devotion by a group of artificers long ago under the Whispering Mountains.
Whispering Mountains, all right. Put it on the list.
Peter, how's your poker face now?
Peter has been off all day. They've been wrangling with a lot from last night. And I think they have previously been in and out. Like, socially, when you can tell somebody's withdrawing and then coming back when it's important. That's kind of been the vibe all day. Peter's definitely withdrawn now. Mostly focused. I think Peter's just reading the book a lot, not the binding one. Reading it many times over and over. There's a lot of good information in there. So they're withdrawn during that. I don't think it looks necessarily off with how Peter's been acting today, but I currently is withdrawn.
Okay.
But still, if people are saying like we're gonna head out or like are addressing Peter, I can come back. Feeling great. It's all good. Nothing to worry about, everyone.
So, do we want to what's our game plan, gang?
Are you two going to be reading a lot more?
I
You
mean,
guys got a slightly bigger stack of books than Rhea and I did, so
I finished with these ones, and he pushes the stack of weave and mechanic to the side.
oh, that's a lot of books that you finished very, very quickly.
Yeah, that's how I made these. And he points to the blueprints.
Right. You want to go to the forge?
Yeah, that's my next stop. And
sorry, you finish.
no, I've read some of the Deus Machina stuff, and there might be a cool thing, like a mechanical thing, in the Whispering Mountain somewhere. Some of their followers built something like a great machine or something that might be able to help us.
Kind of near that's kind of where we were.
So that's an option. I mean, we can do like a nice Google Maps of just like places to go and see if there's like a line.
Isn't that where Steph is tired? Val would remember. Why am I my brain won't give me
The relevancy.
No, the names.
Bronwyn.
Bronwyn, thank you.
Ah.
Yes, that's kind of where Bronwyn was hiding out, right?
Correct.
I guess we don't exactly know because they kind of had to get out of there pretty quickly.
So we're not Craig and Bronwyn used to live there, but
yeah.
Now anymore. You're not sure.
Yeah, that's where they were, but they're not there anymore.
We don't know.
They went far away. They're not just like hiding in the mountains.
Well, remember, a meteor storm was dropped on their house. So
yes, I know they're not at their house.
You've not checked in with them in a long time.
We did afterwards. They said that they were somewhere else, but we didn't. Correct. I didn't remember if they were still in the mountains.
You haven't checked in with them since then.
Yes.
Cool. I wonder if they're still in the area. Maybe they could look for it. If there's too much for us to do, I don't know. Just an idea.
Temple of Clockwork. I mean, how hard can that be hard to find in
nature? You could probably hear it from a ways away.
Sure.
And Bronwyn seemed to have pretty good hearing, so.
Could I reach out and talk to Bronwyn?
Yeah, absolutely. You reach out through the link of the infection, and Bronwyn goes, Peter, you're doing okay. If you're reaching out, at least.
Yeah. I was kind of wondering where. I don't want you to have to give out your location, but we're kind of rallying right now. And I didn't know how far you guys were from where you.
Oh, we found ourselves a village that's just at the bottom of the Whispering Mountains where we are just in. They didn't seem interested in pursuing us, especially after the conflict between Craig and Nikolai.
the conflict? There what else happened, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh
Is
well.
Is Craig okay?
Oh yes, he's all right. He can be quite formidable when he chooses to.
Yeah.
And well, he just well, it was quite the fight between the two of them. And it ended up with him whisking me away. So
Okay. Um, you wouldn't happen to know about like a big clockwork tower in the
a
woods?
tower?
Or is it a tower? I'm
I
looking
no,
back at the group.
I never said it was a tower yet.
Oh, a big what was it, guys?
Like a mechanical structure thing.
Oh, a mechanical place, like a building or a structure or I don't know, a statue. Big clockwork kind of anything out there?
I can ask around, but I do not know.
Are you saying
Okay.
some of the stuff out loud, or is it like in your head?
I was asking you guys for like what it looked like.
Well, from what I read in here, it's like massive clockwork. It's like a temple, or it could be like a being, or it could be a great machine. Just a sign of dedication, or something of the like for Deus Machina.
Yeah. I relay that back to Bronwyn, but yeah. So like,
Yes, we know of the
because
temple, so we can
oh
investigate that. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Jeane, what would we need from the temple?
I don't. I mean, what did the book say? Did the book
The
just
book
say?
told you that there is a great work of like machinery that was
Yeah.
created under the mountain, masquerading as a temple to Deus Machina.
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
Well, yeah. Well, I'll relay that. Like it was like maybe like something big, something real big's under that mountain that could help us in that fight. Maybe, hopefully.
Do you want Bronwyn to check it out, or do you want us to? I can ask for the location.
I mean, if they want to do some primary investigating, I won't say no to that.
Okay.
It's and if someone asks why they're in there, to say like the champion of Deus Machina asked me to be here, and be fine.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna let Bronwyn know all that.
All right. Yeah, I can look into that. For sure.
Okay.
I see you've been busy.
Not on purpose.
No, it's okay. It's all right. They seem to be, I don't know what you told them, but they seem to be measured at least.
Yeah. Can I fix that?
Fix it how?
I mean,
Kill them.
yeah.
Why?
Oh.
Peter, they're like us.
But no, I not kill them, I guess. Like fix it. Like take it away.
No. That requires you dying.
Oh. Like in like a vampire thing.
Yes.
Like I go, they all go.
No. Your blood is required to create a cure.
Oh, all of it?
Yes. You
Oh,
need
if
to.
they drink my blood, they're cured.
No. To create a cure for the infection, the prime, which is you, needs to one be killed, and then their blood needs to be blessed, and then it can be given to the infected as a cure.
Oh. That's not gonna work for me because
No,
the
because then
person.
you die.
Oh no, I'm sorry. I couldn't make a cure for myself because the person who gave it to me is not here anymore.
Correct. At least, I mean, he's not around right now.
Well, Nikolai didn't give it to me.
Correct. It would be
Uh,
all
one of you.
if we traced the line all the way back, it would be Zarathar. It would be the drowned king
Oh,
himself.
okay. I didn't know that was an option.
I don't see why you would.
That's fair. Anyway, but thanks for the help.
Of course.
Okay. Good luck.
Thank you, you too.
Yeah. Okay. They're gonna check it out. She'll let us know if they find anything. Well, I mean, they'll know where it is, but if anything else happens, they'll let us
Great.
know.
Yeah.
Thanks
Cool.
for doing that, Peter.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Oh, Jeane, did you say something? It's like it,
Everything going good with the other books you're reading? Like looking at their pile of books.
Yeah, it's just like Ouroboros is a snake and it eats itself.
Right.
So my vibe is like, you know how like my thing is like time.
Mm-hmm.
It was just like, you know, like a time thing, like history, you know how we're like, history repeats itself.
Right.
Everything's cyclical.
Right.
It all comes back around.
Right.
And it's like also like time. That kind of thing.
Here, how convincing is it? I'm gonna ask you
How
this.
convincing was it to you guys?
Because I like insight checks across the board, please.
How good was
You
I doing?
said a bunch of words.
You said words to me.
it was the it's like time. It was
like
the hand
time.
motions.
It's like time. You
Like,
know,
Peter
time.
doesn't do that all
It's
the
the
time.
cyclical nature of
Timey
time.
wimey, wibbly wobbly.
Oh man.
I got 6.
6,
I got an
Seems
11.
good to me.
11,
That's a 14.
14,
Hey, yo, Jeane.
and 18.
18, my book's out, baby. They're both 12s.
Damn. Used against us.
Damn.
Damn.
All right, sorry
Yeah.
guys.
Peter seems like Peter.
Peter, what happened to not keeping secrets from us? What the fuck is this shit?
No, this one I have to keep. Sorry.
This is what I have to. Oh my god.
hmm
Damn.
Anyway.
Um,
Anyway, I am gonna ask Viridian
Yes.
if I can take the journal with me. Is that all right? If I
oh yeah,
keep...
just before you leave town, just bring it back.
Okay, sounds good.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm good. I'm good now. Like what's the last book of the? Okay. All right. I'm gonna return this real quick. Oh, yep. I tried not to breathe in too much.
She just takes it with ease and returns all the books.
Appreciate you.
No problem.
Thank you.
Of course. If you need anything, just feel free to stop by.
Cool. Which direction is still the forge? Which direction do I go?
Oh, just go out the door and to your right. You'll see it.
Oh, thank you. What was everyone else gonna do?
Is there like a lake or a body of water in this town?
Oh, yes, the
Pond.
big
Nice
lake in the
beach.
center of town. Yeah.
Nice beach
Like
episode.
sand. Yeah.
Yeah, there's the big lake that the town is built around. You should have seen it when you walked in town.
I would love to go to the lake.
I think we should have a beach day.
Beach episode.
Yeah,
That sounds
absolutely.
great. Jeane, do you just want to meet up with us when you're done, or
Yeah,
do you
sure. I mean,
want
I'm just
buddy
gonna-
system? Are you good?
Yeah, I mean, this is the safest
We're in
place we've
Dragon
ever-
Town, but you know.
Yeah, this is the safest place we've ever been in. I
Yeah.
feel like I can walk around safely and not have to worry about shit. But if it does go down, you will hear the sound of a gun go off. So
Okay,
it's
cool.
pretty loud.
We'll
so,
come running.
Yeah.
Yep.
So Jeane, you're heading to the forge, and the rest of you are heading to the beach.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Okay.
stop by the inn and grab some more fruit on our
Okay.
way.
A little
beach
charcuterie
fruit.
moment.
You see Onyx is like, oh, when you're going to the, and he grabs a couple bottles of wine and goes, here you go. Take
Beach
this with you.
wine.
Take
Onyx,
this
thank
with
you.
Of course.
This place is the best. This place is the shit.
And as you all, get all your stuff ready for your beach episode, and Jeane heads off to the forge,
Mhm.
the camera begins to pull back as this beach day begins, and it pans back to Nevermore. Actually, let's say it swerves from Nevermore and heads to the Whispering Mountains. Heads to the Whispering Mountains as you see Craig and Bronwyn heading under the mountain. And we kind of see like this bit of a time lapse of them digging, in and passing through tunnels after tunnel after tunnel, after Craig is kind of following a magical signature of some sort, and it leads them to this massive cavern, and it's huge, and it seems to descend very, very deep into the earth. And we see Craig release a mote of light, that seems to pass over this massive body of metal, made of metal, as it begins to pass over this massive, stories tall metallic being that is stored underneath the mountain. And I think that's where we're going to stop for tonight. Thank you so much.
Megazord?
Thank you so much
Jaeger!
for joining us for episode 21 of Echoes of Legacy. Introduction to our little chill arc that we've got here in Dragend. Thank you so much for joining us. I've been AlecTheBard, your game master. I'm going to throw it off to my lovely players to say goodbye. Hailie, why don't you start?
Hi, my name is Hailie. My username is HailieRosie on a bunch of stuff. It's been a great episode, guys. Lots to think about, huh? I'm passing it off to Betty.
Hi, I'm Betty. I'm BettyTheBeholder on TikTok and Instagram, and I am going to pass it to Christian.
Hey, everybody. Hi, my name is Christian, aka AFluffyGoomba, all over the internets. I'm a TTRPG performer and educator here in the space. I'm also a event coordinator for many things cool, Star Wars-y. It's really, really cool. I'm also for a crit award. Also, I just want to say before even that, fuck Zionists. Fuck Zionists, free Palestine. Like that goes without, I should go without saying, but here we are. I'm up for a crit award for best World of Darkness player, and I really want to win, so please vote for me. If the voting's still up by the sessions. If not, put your hands up in the air and pray that I win, even if you didn't vote. So thank you. Steph, why don't you go?
It's me. I'm Steph. Equinoxdice, pretty much anywhere you get your social medias. I am also retweet everything Christian. Watermelons, free Palestine. I'm also up for a crit award. Yeah. If you didn't vote for me, that's okay. There's lots of really other great people up in my category. I'm not offended by that at all. Yeah. So that's it. That's it.
All right. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for watching, and we will see you all next time. Everybody.
Bye.